Good morning, class 7 and 8 students. Today, let's learn and understand direct and indirect speech, that is reported speech of English grammar. Now, in English, there are two ways of relating with each other. One, when we quote the actual word of the speaker, quote the actual words of the speaker. This is direct speech, we call it. And when we quote in our own way, in our own words, that is indirect, we call it indirect speech or reported speech. We call it reported speech. In English, we call it reported speech. Now, let's give you an example. See, I am giving you an example of a direct speech. Note down that example. He said, comma, within inverted comma, I am busy now. Full stop, inverted comma, close. He said, I am busy now. This is the reported speech. We call it reported speech. Where we have quoted the actual words of the speaker. It's a direct speech. We quote the actual words of the speaker. And this is, we call it the reporting clause. The reporting clause. And this said, we call it the reporting verb. The reporting, we call it the reporting verb. So he said, I am busy now. Now see, rule number 1, in direct speech we have to follow. Here, in direct speech, we quote the actual words of the speaker, and when we quote the actual words of the speaker in direct speech, we put it under inverted commas. Number 1. Number 2, in the reported speech, in direct speech, the first letter of the reported speech starts with a capital letter. It starts with a capital letter. Third, we have to maintain this, the basics of direct and indirect speech. Third is that we separate the reporting verb. Here the reporting verb is said. We separate this reporting verb from the reported speech. See, we have separated these two by putting a comma after the reporting verb. We put a comma after the reporting verb. We separate the reporting verb from the reported speech by putting a comma. by putting a comma. Now, boys and girls of both classes 7 and 8, now see how it is changed when we convert it from direct to indirect speech. See, this is direct. He said, I am busy now. In indirect speech, this sentence will be transformed. See, he said, we apply a conjunction that I changes to he, we remove the inverted commas, tense that changes that he was busy, now becomes then. While transforming from direct to indirect, some words changes. Just here you see now, I will come to it later on as I go on explaining to you, discussing with you, making you understand gradually step by step. So see here, what we did, the basics of indirect, from direct to indirect. See, after the reporting verb, we have removed the comma. There is no comma out here. We should not put any comma in the indirect speech after the reporting. The comma is removed. The actual word, the inverted commas are removed. We introduces the reporting verb with a conjunction that, and gradually we change the sentence according to it in our own words. He said that he was busy then. These three things we have to maintain while we change sentences from direct speech to indirect speech. Indirect speech, we quote the actual words of the speaker. We use a reporting verb said. We separate the reported speech from the reporting clause, from the reporting verb by putting a comma after the reporting verb. And in indirect speech, we remove the comma after the reporting verb and we transform the sentence. We remove the inverted commas also. We transform the sentence accordingly. Now, boys and girls, now let's move on to the change of tenses, how we change the tenses. Why? Transforming sentence from direct speech into indirect speech. Number one, always keep it in mind, if the verb is in the present or future tense. If the verb is in present or future tense in the direct speech, the tense in the indirect speech, tense of the verb in the indirect speech does not change at all. You should never change it. If, see, is the verb in the direct speech is in present or future, the tense of the verb in the indirect is never, the tense of the verb in the indirect is never changed. If the verb is in present or future tense in the direct speech, the tense of the verb in the indirect speech is never changed at all. Now, write an example. See, he says, I am ready. Copy it down. He says, I am ready. It is a direct speech. Says, reporting verb. He is the subject. This is the reporting clause. The reporting verb is separated from the direct speech. Reported speech by an inverted comma, and the actual word is quoted. It is a direct speech. Now, when we change this to indirect, see, this is direct. I am writing D. Now, indirect, I. So, the rule number 1 is telling us, if the verb in the direct speech is in present or future, this is in the present tense, he says, it should not be changed at all. Present or future should not never be changed. I'm not changing, he says, I'm applying the rule in the basics from direct applying a conjunction that I am ready. I changes to he is ready. See, present tense. The sentence is written in present tense because the word in the direct speech is in present tense. It is not changed. He says, I am ready. In indirect, he says that he is ready in the present tense. Now see, another example. He will say, direct speech, I am ready. See, the reporting verb is in future tense. So, the rules is telling me not to change at all. So, this will be he, in indirect speech, he will say that he is ready. He is ready. You should not change that. If it is in the present or the future tense, it never change.